Yes. It's your boy Manny dropping another video for you guys for the weekend. I just want to here to talk about the what's going on lately in the transfer window. As you know, is today this month is January transfer winter window, which is the second half of the transfer window of the drill of the season. So yeah, a lot of things are gonna happen. A lot of things are happening right now, as you can see from Fabio's Romano's tweet. Manchester City, who are calling dismal form this season. So in January, Pep said he was gonna go into the market get some players. Looks like he has got his first signing. So look like they got this signing from France, which is Abdukodir Khusanov from Lens, France. Manchester City decided to drop the big bag, 40 million euros, which would be like equivalent to 33 million pounds, and it's gonna be a 4-year deal to 2029. So yeah, it looks like they're gonna go hard this month. I mean, this transfer window this month to improve their squad and also improve their chances of regaining the title. They're not too far off, but still they do have a lot climbing to a lot of stuff to climb. So maybe this guy can help them, going forward this second half of the season. I've seen his highlights on Twitter and on YouTube. Looks promising, potential wise. He's very young at the age of 20. In this video, I'm gonna talk about give out like three reasons why I think Man City decided to go with him based on his profile, the stats, the way he plays, everything. And I'm also gonna give a verdict by the end of the video to see if it's a good signing or a bad signing for City. But nonetheless, yeah, this is a video which I will be doing maybe depending on the transfer of the players and everything. So I won't be doing for all transfers, but just depends on how big and how surprising the transfer is. So I'll do a video on that this month and maybe going forward. So this is the first and many more to come. And this is about Kusunov to Man City. So let's get into it. Number one, high ceiling. So one of the reasons I think City has gone for him is the high ceiling. He does has a very high ceiling. He has a very high potential. At the age of 20, he has played a lot of games at a high level. Not too long ago, at the Guardian was rating him as one of the kids for future prospects. By the Guardian, well, I feel like last year, not too long ago. So they have been improving right now. So went from Belarus to France to now Manchester City, the defending champions of the Premier League. So it looks like he's reaching his potential very soon. So this is his profile. So he's currently 20 years old. So he's going to be turning 21 next month. He's 6'1", plays centre back, um, from Uzbekistan. Um, not much known as a footballing nation, but nonetheless, looks like they got a superstar in their hands. He started his youth career in Bunikar in Uzbekistan, and then he moved to Belarus for energetic BGU, where he studied his professional senior career. And since then, he moved to Lens the following year. So for him to move from Belarus to Lens Ligue, that just shows that he does have potential how special this kid is. And then from Lens to Manchester City, it looks like it's going to reach his potential even further. So it looks like it's a very special talent for him to go from certain level to a bigger level now as we speak. So it looks like he does have a high potential going forward. And this is his stats for this season so far. As you can see, he's a very good defender. Tackles, interception, blocks, everything is just at the green level. He's very good interception. I think he's in the top five in Ligue 1 this season in the interceptions. He's a very, very good defender. Looks like a non-nonsense defender. It's gonna be, I think he's more of a old school defender. He's just gonna win his battles and it's gonna be dirty, but he's gonna do his job completely. I think he got the fundamentals spot on. Passing offensively, he's kind of decent. Obviously, maybe need one or two things improving because he's gonna be on the ball. If you know Man City, they're gonna be on the ball most of the time. So maybe he needs to improve in that a bit, but he looks decent enough. But nonetheless, defensively, you don't have to worry too much about him because yeah, this guy can defend. He will defend. He's like a dog. He's like a pit bull. So yeah, you don't have to worry too much about defending. Yes, he's going into the Premier League, which is a more physical, challenging league than Liga. But I feel he can handle it because a lot of defenders that come from Liga has, been successful in Premier League. So I feel this kid will be one of those defenders. And this is his strength. His strength will be positioning, his timing, the way he gets it to the ball, tackling. He likes a slide tackle. He has won a lot, high percentage of tackling. So his timing is very good. One on one, I feel like it's gonna be very hard to go past. It's not a guy that you think you can dribble past. No, it's gonna be like a brick wall. He's very physical. The way he just bash the defenders, I mean the attackers. It's going to be attacker's worst nightmare because if you think you can go past him, because he has speed and acceleration, so his recovery will be totally spot on. And he's a machine as well, based on the stats I've seen. He will win his battles either from ground or air. He will win those battles, and I feel that would be a key thing for City going forward because, yeah, they've been losing the battles lately because I don't know because back in the day they were winning battles left, right, center. I feel this season they've just lost the edge. Now this guy is coming in. I think it's gonna re-inject the team a bit. So yeah, I feel like this thing is fits City very well. And then this is the Drew stats for this season. As you can see, he won 70% of his Evo Drews and 50% of his Grand Drews. So, like I said, he's a very Drew machine and he's a workaholic. So, defensively, he's very, very good. And yeah, he doesn't commit a lot of fouls either. So I feel like he's gonna be a very good defender. He's a very good defender. I feel he's gonna maybe go world class level in a few years' time. With the coaching with Pep and the coaching. So I think he's gonna elevate his skills and everything. Maybe offensively improve a bit because obviously they're gonna be on the ball lots of time. So he will work on that, and I feel Pep and City will have something planned for him to progress further with his offensive skills. But nonetheless, defensively, spot on. And this is his defensive style comparing with his future teammates, Manchester City defenders. As you can see, the impressive one is the interceptions, 26 interceptions, and the next one is Govardor, who has 19. So obviously he won that battle. Another thing that's very interesting is Errol lead to go. He has none of them compared to the rest of them. Majority of them got one. Gutsuzdorf got the most, who has four. So yeah, it's very impressive. Obviously, he has decent amount of tackles, wins, and you know, wins and attempts to win as well. Blocks, clearance is very good. So I feel like he will fit right in with the City defense, and I feel he got the City got something with this player. Number two, age. So the second reason I think Pep is wants to sign this guy because of age. I did mention in my previous video that the reason one of my criticism with City was the age of the average age of the squad was like at least 30 or close to 30 because the majority of players were over 30 and over. But those players were like past their prime, past their peak. They just wasn't the same players as they once was. I feel like they were losing the edge, losing the rhythm, losing the touch, the speed, everything, and it was affecting City in a very hard way this season. And Pep has noticed that, so that's why he's in the shopping mode for this month, and he's going for the young bloods. So he needs some young, fresh meat that will improve the squad, that help to improve the squad going forward. This for this season, next season, and onwards. So Khusanov will be the first signing, and then obviously you got a few more signings potentially based on what we're hearing in the news lately. So we see what's gonna happen, but Khusanov will be the first signing nonetheless. And so if you look at the squad now and the defensive side of the ball for City, it's not that bad. Well, if you look at it deeply, Akanji is 29 years old. He will be 30 in a couple months. Ake, he's 29 years old, but he'll be 30 in the next month. John Stones, who's currently injured, he'll be 31 in a couple months. And then you got the one and only Carl Walker, who's having a very disappointing and bad season for the ages. He's 34. He's going to be 35 in a couple of months' time. It's not the same player as he once was. He's a shell of himself. So if you look at it deeply, they do need some upgrading for any time soon now. So I say Kusunov will be, yeah, one of those defenders. For right back, I think Wilco Lewis will maybe take over Kyle Walker for the future going forward. Um, the left back, maybe they maybe need a another defender left back. Yes, I do see they have two defenders from the academy, Jamal and Josh. However, I'll be totally honest with you. Maybe Jamal might stay going forward, but for Josh, I feel they're gonna sell him in the summer window, or maybe even Jamal. I think he might go as well because City are very good at selling players, especially academy players. The past few seasons, it's been shown. So there will be high commodity for for the mid to lower Premier League teams. So there will be high demand for those teams in the summer. So if the good offer comes up for both of them, I'm not gonna hesitate that City will sell both of those players because I don't think these players are the kind of defenders that Pep sees that are gonna help City going forward. I might be wrong, but that's what I think. Except for Rico Lewis, he has proven himself, so I think he's gonna be the future right back permanently going forward. Um, Left back is Gudurov, so he's playing left back, even though it's a centre back by trade, but he's going to be playing left back. For Kostanov, that's where the tricky starts because he's only been playing centre back, so he will be a good backup for now. But if he developed to one of the best defenders or world class defender, I've been no doubt he will be playing for City for years to come. So I feel that's the reason why City are going hard to get this guy to beat off the competitions for him to play for City for the next 5 to 10 years. So it's a good investment because obviously it's a very aging squad, so they do need some young blood. And as you see, the average age with the nine defenders before Kosunov comes in is 26. With the signing of Kosunov, making it 10 defenders, we drop down to 25. So by one, so which is decent enough. But I feel like if they can sign more young players and get rid of the old players they currently have, that average age will drop massively. And I feel the set of players that have the depth will allow City to compete for the next 5 to 10 years going forward in the Premier League because it's going to be very challenging and the more speed, fast the game is going nowadays, and how young they are now, the game is going now. So I feel they need to, get some young guns for the defensive side of the ball for years to come. Number three, high level experience at a young age. And lastly, what the last reason I think the reason why he goes for Kusanov was the high level experience at a young age. This guy has a lot of experience, got a lot of minutes too at a very young age, at the age of 20. So he does have lot of mileage in him right now and a lot of experience that we will now take to the Premier League and take it from there and improve. So let's get into it and look at his previous history with the previous clubs. So first, we're going to start with his first club, his first professional club in Belarus, Energetic BGU. So he played for Energetic for 2022 to 2023. In a 2022 season, he made 29 appearances, scored 3 goals and created 4 assists in all competitions. So it looks like he's a good creator now. Back then, so yeah, like I did say, he was a decent passer. So I think Penn might have seen that and said, like, look, maybe I can train this guy, improve him to different positions. Because I know Pep likes to do all these magic tricks. Yeah, you're center back, but I want to train you left back, or you're center back, but I want to put you right back. So don't be surprised if he's gonna train Kusanov as a right back in future. I'm just saying, I'm just assuming. But hey, if you see this kind of stats, they do the scouters, everything, it will be like, okay, this guy can create stuff. But nonetheless, we move on. So in Belarus League, he made 27 appearances, has a 7 goals and assists, which is the 3 goals and the 4 assists that season. He helped the team win 17 games. That's a 63% successful rate, and he has achieved 10 clean sheets, which is 37% successful rate. So he has does that with that winning mentality. It's a go hard, go home. He has a good, successful way with the energetic team back in 2022 season. That he helped the team finish second in the league that year, and he was listed the team of the season. One of the team, he was listed in the players team of the season. So because of his, obviously it's a teamwork, but he definitely played a part and on the defensive side of the ball. So he helped the team finish second. I think that was the highest they have ever finished up to this point. Second in that 2022 season. During his tenure with the team, he had made 37 appearances, won 17 games. That's 46% successful rate and 10 clean sheets. That's dropped to 27 successful rate. So, in the 2023 season, when before he was signed to Lens, he did play most of the games, but unfortunately, it wasn't successful like compared to 2022. The team wasn't successful at all. So not his fault, but nonetheless, he did showcase that what he can do and in a high level. So Lens like, okay, we've seen enough. We decided to sign you. And that's what he did. He moved to France and he moved to Linz in Ligue for 100,000 euros. That's a bargain. A really, really bargain. I think this is the reason why European clubs these days, we all know the European clubs, they go all to these kind of leagues that I don't think the Premier Leagues will go. I don't know why, to be honest. But you see all the top leagues because they want to get someone with high potential, but buy them for cheap, then trade them up, develop them, play them, and then the season, one season and then 2 seasons later, sell them for high price, which has Lens have done. So they bought Kusanov for 100,000 euros, and now they're selling him for 40 million euros. That's a huge profit for Lens. So I mean that's how it's supposed to be. But hey, I can't say anything about Premier Leagues, anything. That's how they do their business. Is what it is. But yeah. So for Lens, he signed for 100,000 euros. That's a huge bargain. He played in Liga, Champions League, European League, so he does have the experience in the Europe top levels. Lens are currently seventh in Liga. This season he made 16 appearances, won six, drew a couple of times as well. So he has a successful rate of 38% because of the wins. He also has seven clean sheets, which is a 44% successful rate, so which is very decent enough. So yeah, currently seventh league in Liga. So because of that, he's very good at defensive side of the ball. So it helping the team unit. So they're currently in a good position before he left. During his tenure with Lens, now he's currently leaving because the agreement has been sealed. He made a total appearances of 31 appearances, 11 wins. That's a 35% successful rate. 12 clean sheets. That's a 39% successful rate. So, which is very decent enough for a high level for a guy from Belarus and also from a country that's not much of a footballing nation, Uzbekistan. So yeah, it's a very good, good record so far, and based on what I'm seeing. So in the national team, he's calling in the Uzbekistan national team. In the senior team, he has made 18 appearances. So he has experience from under 17 to Olympics, under 23s. So he's been there, done that. He's been, and I was competing in the senior national team, made 18 appearances. And obviously, I won't be surprised if they give him the captain because now he's going to play for Man City. I won't be surprised because obviously they do have a star in the hand, potentially a potential superstar in the hands. So yeah, I think they're gonna make him the captain of the national team in future once he signed that City contract. So look out for that. But nonetheless, he does have experience in the national team. And you look at the minutes he has played during his young career so far. He had played a total of 6,858 minutes in his young professional career, which is a lot, which is a lot at the age of 20. And, if sometimes even you put a lot of mileage on a young player, once they reach maybe 21, 22, that's when the bones, they start getting a lot of injury problems and all that. We've seen it before. And obviously it's going to continue like that going forward, depending how they manage how they play and everything. But this guy has no injury records as far as I can see. So he doesn't suffer a lot of injuries at all. But now you're in the Premier League, a physical challenging league. So we see how he will, compete and how we'll manage. But nonetheless, he does have a lot of managed room. He does plays a lot of matches, obviously, because he's very good. And we see how that continue carry to the Premier League. So now we reach to the end of the video, and I'm gonna give my verdict based on the potential signing of Kusanov to City, and I believe will be a good signing for Manchester City. He's young, he's 6'1", good stature as a for the centre back, very physical, speed, everything you need for a centre back. A very young centre back as well. I think he's going to be one for the future going forward. It will maybe take him time to get used to it. Obviously, he can't just come to the league and then boom, you jump in around. I think it's going to take him time. Um, I won't be surprised if Pep use him as a white back potentially. He can play defensive midfield, but I don't think he will be playing that position to be honest. I don't see him playing left back at all because obviously he's right footed. But then again, this is Pep. Pep like to do tricks and magic tricks, everything. So don't be surprised. I won't be surprised if he play right back at times. But once Akanji and Ake, you know, if they start falling apart and then Kusunov start up rising up in the training pitch and everything, and I feel will be the starting lineup with Diaz. So yeah, I think it's a good signing for City. They got something. They got a stud. Um, yeah, they got a stud for the next 10 years. He's 20 years old, guys. 20 years old, and he's playing like he's 28. So yeah, buckle up, everyone, because I feel City are gonna come back. Yeah, obviously just one signing, but the way they're gonna make signing with all these young players potentially, I feel City will come back and Pep be like, I'm not done yet. I'm not finished. So yeah, it's a good signing, for City, and then hopefully it could continue for them. They go for him based on the research and everything, and that's what I believe. That's where he fits the profile for Pep, and hopefully it will be successful for them. Well, I don't want to say hopefully, but I'm just being based on my video. So anyway, that's the video done. Thank you for watching. Hope you like it. If you like it, keep like the video. Also subscribe to the channel, helps the channel grow, everything. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.